Yo, I'm Byron,
And I'm Jared.
and we are Gene.
A little while ago, we went to an anime convention in New Orleans called MechaCon, and we had a great time. We had so much fun. However, we are here to talk about what actually blew us during our time there.
So first off, you know what blew me, I guess the most while I was at MechaCon? The fact that people were more judgy than I thought they would be. Now, first of all, you know, the convention, this is a little background information for, we went to, you said we went to MechaCon, right?
Right.
Okay, so we went to MechaCon. The convention was held at the Hilton Hotel near the Riverwalk in downtown New Orleans. It is connected to the Riverwalk, which is pretty much a long building with a bunch of outlet stores. And there's a food court at the end and a parking lot at the end, and the Hilton's on the other side. Therefore, you have to walk all the way through the Hilton, through like all the outlets where regular people shop, and to get to the food court if you want to, or if you want to leave, you know, you go to the parking lot. So in our transition there, you know, we like to eat every now and then. We like to leave. We saw a bunch of cosplayers, and we also saw a bunch of tourists because it's New Orleans and it was downtown. And yeah, they were all over the place, both the cosplayers and the tourists. And what we noticed most of all was the fact that they had a lot of wandering eyes everywhere we looked. And we were with a bunch of cosplayers. So those wandering eyes were looking towards us, even, I mean, we weren't dressed up, but the people next to us were, you know?
Lots of raised eyebrows. Definitely some squinting, some oohs and ahs, some what the whoop.
Right? It got to a really bad point. Like some people, people in New Orleans have very big mouths, and they said you can hear some shit that they say, and I mean, a couple people were just like, what the fuck, and then they give like stank face, like straight stank face. Like, you're not supposed to show stank face out loud.
Exactly. You're supposed to just kind of, it's New Orleans. There's weird stuff going on. Sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's just plain weird. But this time it was cool, and you just kind of let people do what they do.
Yeah, because I mean, people are so judgy nowadays, but like it's just a costume. Like there are many situations that you can be placed in to where you have to wear a costume, or you would wear a costume. Like, how is Halloween celebrated regularly, but you don't look at someone because they're walking through a river walk wearing a Halloween costume? Kinda.
Like, I'll admit, some people were scantily clad, some people were very oddly dressed with their props and everything. But you know, when it gets right down to it, you just kind of assume, oh, something must be going on today, and just kind of go about your business. Not, Jesus Christ, what the hell is going on? Where is this city going?
Yeah. I don't know. It was weird, and it entirely blew me, because I was just like, I was in the moment. I was like, I'm here at MechaCon. I love anime. This is cool. And then we walked out to the Riverwalk, and we just see a bunch of hate, pretty much. It was
borderline hatred, and didn't care for that too much.
Yeah. So that was that. What else is there?
Well, you know what blew me? The pop culture references. My God, they were awful.
Oh man. Like the one of the first things that happened when we walked into the dealer's room. The dealer's room is pretty much the marketplace. You go to buy everything, pretty much everything. We walked into the dealer's room, got about 2 minutes in, and what did they say, Jared?
What are those?
Oh my God, it was so awkward. It was for me. It was awkward because it isn't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't what are those like a black culture reference, referencing someone's shoes looking really bad or something like that?
Exactly.
Right?
See, you use it Mostly in black culture, yes. You use it when you need to get a roasting started, and someone just walks in with some kicks. They're not so fly. They kind of busted, got some holes in them. The colors are stupid. That's when you use it. This is MechaCon. There's people cosplaying. Their clothes are weird. Their shoes are gonna be weird. How many times do I need to hear what are those?
But I don't even think they said what are those for that reason though. They said it because one person said it and then they started a chain. But it wasn't even them talking about what those actually were. I think they just said it as a reference so that they can get other people saying it. Because I don't think anybody looked down at their shoes and said, what are those? They were just saying it because they were just like, this is that new thing that I heard about. I'm going to say it. You know?
Yeah. Agreed.
And another pop culture reference that I still haven't even watched a video to, but would you mind telling them what it is?
Oh, the Shia LaBeouf. Everyone knows it. Shia LaBeouf's Just Do It meme.
Just Do It. Isn't that... Alright, so that's a video where he released like an inspirational speech over a green screen.
Right. He did it over green screen so pretty much anyone can have free reign to put him wherever they need be, screaming his head off saying, just do it, don't let your dreams be dreams, make them come true, all that yada yada.
And they took that fully out of context and just took the just do it because it was the most out there part of the whole video.
Exactly. And it was the most overused thing. I frequent the internet. I surf it often. Yes, and Tumblr specifically. And that's where I heard it. I've seen many, many variations of the meme. And I don't think I heard it as much on Tumblr as I did at MechaCon.
Do you understand how much that's saying? Now, understood, Jared doesn't, or I don't follow all of Tumblr. So, I'm sure if you look up Just Do It on the internet, yeah, you'll find that they say it a lot. But as a pop culture reference, when you say it that much in one area, how do you not get tired of it that fast? And people were sucking it up. I heard it at least once every 10 minutes. I don't know about you.
We the whole gang that we went to MechaCon with actually went to a panel to try and learn something about a show and a fandom, and I think we heard it maybe 8 times in that 1 hour long panel, and I think that was incredible.
Eight group total times, like not just 8 people saying it, but it was said by a bunch of people at once 8 times.
Incredible.
Terrible, just terrible. All right, so the last thing we want to talk about that blew us as a whole was people getting too much into their cosplay, getting one with their character. Now, I'm fine. I'm pro cosplay, and I'm fine with you dressing up or whatever you want, and you could get into character. But you gotta understand, if you get into character with someone who is crazy as shit in an anime or a manga, and you try and get into character with that person, you gotta think what you like do to other people when you do that thing that person is known for.
Precisely. The thing is, like, as Byron said, we're all enthusiasts here. We love it. We're here at MechaCon doing the thing, but you gotta know when to tone it back. I know we're all saying we're nerds here and we're doing it, and we all love each other, but people are people still. we gotta just tone it back.
Yeah. Prime example. Number one. I didn't realize it was happening until Jared and our other friend Brian pointed it out. But there was someone who was cosplaying as Slenderman, and that's fine, but he got into character way too much, and he had no emotion, and he was just following people. Like, you realize stalking is something you can get arrested for, and he was following people without talking to them and being very, very eerie. And that, if you do it for like a few seconds, or like when you pose for a photo and just act eerie, that's fine. but he literally didn't say a word the whole time we were there. And apparently he had an eye out for me because he came to me like 3 times right behind me, and I didn't give him the exact expression he was asking for, I guess, so he just kept trying to come back.
Yeah, Brian and I were at the merch tables and everything, and in our peripherals we could just kind of see it, and we thought it was directed towards us, but no, lo and behold, it's just because Byron is not smiling and not actually enjoying being followed. Would you believe that?
I mean, at first I really didn't even know what was happening. I had no idea, and then you pointed it out the second time. Like, I saw him the first time, and then I passed him up. But then y'all said something, and I was like, I didn't realize that. The second time, he actually stood next to us, but looked at me specifically. And I was just, I kept having a regular conversation, because I was trying to talk to people, but he was next to me trying to be Slenderman. And I was like, what is going on? And he did it one more time later or something like that, and I just passed him right up. I was like, this is dumb.
Couldn't have been a coincidence. But yeah, I mean, it was all in good fun, I'm sure. I'm sure the guy had, or girl, I guess you really can't tell. But
I think it was a guy.
Had to be, right? I don't know. Looked very dapper in that suit. But it was all in good fun, and I'm sure he had a great time. But you kind of creeped us out a little bit. Kind of.
If you're watching this, great cosplay.
Yeah, good job.
Just, tone it back a little bit. But,
notes for next year.
Yeah. Well, this has been our convention MechaCon convention rant, I suppose. I'm Byron, and this is Jared.
Yo.
And we are Side Gene, and we are peacing out.
Later, y'all.
Deuces.